Hi, Eric Lanask with TMC. We're here at Cloud Expo in New York. I'm speaking with SOA Software's Roberto Medrano. Roberto, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for being here.
So, obviously, Cloud Expo, we're here to talk about a lot of things cloud. Let me ask you first, how is cloud changing what you're seeing in terms of applications and application development?
Well, cloud started usually as an infrastructure first. Now it's moving to applications. And applications have new requirements. And those requirements are how are you going to put your applications into the cloud? And that's not just moving your application, it's reinventing your applications for cloud readiness. And some of that reinvention has to even use APIs or use your software, so SOA principles that you have to use that you've been using for a long time. Your foundation for cloud is if you use SOA principles, you'll be much more successful. So web service architectures, API architectures will make you much readily available. You'll be faster to create new applications, and you'll be reusing applications today.
So what are the issues or what are the challenges when it comes to using APIs for developing those apps?
Well, you have different challenges. One is the governance. Who's supposed to be doing what developing for APIs, which is, it has to be done. It's similar principles to the SOA governance that you had before. Also, the other aspects are security. Security, what are the security aspects of web services, security aspects of APIs? APIs have a new security issues. Recently, Snapchat got hacked because they didn't have the right API security. Those are the principles that people have to follow. And there are other new standards that have come up with APIs, such as OAuth, which is a process for people to do authorization, authentication of different APIs, who's supposed to use it, who's supposed to access it. All those are new mechanisms that people have to learn and figure out how to use them.
We're in, especially now with the growth of cloud computing and all those cloud-based resources, we're in a world where it's really about how quickly can you get your applications and your services to market. In light of some of the things around security that you've just mentioned, are developers and providers overlooking some of those security elements just in an interest of getting their applications out quickly?
Well, developers in general, what they want to do is get their application out, their API out, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the other people have the governance principles as to you got to have some security. You have to encrypt your social security numbers on one side. You got to use some mechanisms to protect the data in traffic and motion. And those API security mechanisms is something that SOA software normally provides for developers, so developers don't have to worry about those things. They just develop their code, and everything else is taken care of for them, such as security, such as monitor, such as who's supposed to use it, what is the premier member to use your APIs, who's going to hug it or not hug it. We give a lot of information for people so they don't have to worry about on the development stage and also on the operation stage, because the operators have a big job to figure out who's doing what with their APIs.
Is there a bigger issue right now around APIs than security?
Well, the whole issue about is API strategy has to be your business strategy. In the old days, and I'm talking 20 years ago, people wanted to do web first, and people didn't understand that. Now it's really API first. And I call it the new API economy. And there's been several articles from me on Forbes about talking about the API economy, how the API economy is creating apps, and it's creating a new economy for developers, for app developers, for companies to promote their services for others to use and consume. That consumption level is getting widely adopted now with a new way of cloud and mobile. Everybody has a device for mobile. Everybody has an app on mobile. Those devices have to be connected through an API someplace internally. Guess what? Those APIs have to be secure, managed, monitored by products like ours, for example.
How does the fact that we're constantly seeing, you mentioned everybody's got mobile devices that they're accessing applications and information on. Everybody's getting new mobile devices. Companies are introducing new mobile devices constantly. How does that change the requirements?
Well, the mobile devices change the requirements for developers where you got to develop your applications not only to run a specific OS, but also a specific app and a specific cloud where you got to run those applications and connect them to the mobile side. So there's new complexities just running it inside. And the third aspect is that people are just not talking cloud as an open cloud outside, but they're talking about private cloud or a hybrid cloud, which creates more complexities for people developing applications. And those applications if you know the principles of SOA or the principles of APIs, and we have a lot of good resources in our SOA.com for writing the right API, creating your business strategy, protecting your security. All those things are in there with resources, whether you want to view it, whether they want to read it. All those are there ready for people to consume and learn. It's all learning mechanisms for them.
So what do these constant changes, developments, enhancements mean for how SOA has to adapt to help customers?
Well, SOA software, I don't know if you mean SOA software or...
Yes, I'm sorry, SOA software.
SOA software has been adapting to the new changes on technologies. We have we started on the web services side with products for planning web services, for developing web services on the development stage, and running web services. And then web services are also becoming now APIs, so we have enhanced our products to be one product for both SOA web services and API management. You don't need two products, one for SOA and one for APIs. And that API is bringing you into the new world of mobile and cloud technology, and it's helping not only people reinventing applications, but also people reinventing the data center, because everything is kind of API-based with new protocols. APIs have REST JSON protocols. You're going to see new products in the future, and those new products in the future, new protocols in the future are also going to be services. For us, a service is a service. The protocols change. And for us, we will govern and manage and secure all those services, whether they're REST-based or something else different. We are here to actually help our customers. We have more than 300 large corporations. If you talk about the three top airlines in the United States, our customers, the top two banks, the top large banks in Australia, et cetera, and companies credit cards that you have in your wallet, all those are customers that use our products for SOA governance and API management.
Excellent. So what can we look forward to as cloud evolves, as mobility, as application development evolves, both in the industry and from SOA software?
Well, that's a great question. I have a cloud panel this time, how cloud is changing what you have. And cloud used to be basically the open cloud, the Amazon cloud. A few years ago when we started attending this show, cloud is becoming more morphing to create a hybrid environment now, where private cloud is something that people want to use today. So people didn't used to talk about those before. Now we hear a lot of hybrid stuff talk. And then now you hear a lot of people trying to figure out, okay, how do we use applications rather than just virtualization of servers? What applications we put up there that make sense? So all those new issues are resonating with new clients that are having cloud initiatives and mobile initiatives where they have to move to the new world.
Excellent. Roberto, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.